Hello students, once again welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well and I hope you are regularly practicing your grammar exercises from your book. So students, in the recent videos we have learned different type of transformation of sentences. In today's video lesson, we will learn transformation of exclamatory sentences. So let's begin. So students, as you all know that what are exclamatory sentences? Exclamatory sentences are those sentences which shows feelings or emotions, right? Whenever we want to show anger, excitement, then amazement, all these feelings, or whenever we are sad, so all these feelings we can show through exclamatory sentences. And what is the punctuation for this? Yes, exclamation mark, right? So now let's see the structure of these sentences. So students, when we talk about affirmative sentence, we have to change the affirmative sentences into exclamatory sentences. So the structure goes like this. We have subject plus verb plus object plus full stop. And the structure of exclamatory sentences, we have interjection. What are interjection? So what are interjection? Interjections are those words which are used to show feelings. Okay, whenever we say wow, oops, alas, oh no, oh shit, hurrah. So all these are interjection. So we have this structure, interjection, then we can use WH word, okay, plus subject, plus verb, plus object, plus exclamation mark, right? This is very important. In affirmative, I have full stop, but in exclamatory sentences, I will have my exclamation mark, okay. So let's try to clear it with the help of an example. It is a beautiful picture. Number one. It's a beautiful picture. Wow, it's a beautiful picture. Can you see how I have changed my sentence? Wow, it's a beautiful picture, exclamation mark. So here I have used this interjection, okay, to change my sentence to show that I'm happy after seeing that picture. I have used this interjection wow, that wow, it's a beautiful picture, exclamation mark. Or I can say, what a beautiful picture it is! Exclamation mark. So this is the way how I can change my simple assertive sentence into exclamatory sentence. Okay, let's see another example. Second one, we won the final match. So how can we change this? Hurrah! We won the final match. Full stop. Or so I have used here interjection. Hurrah! We won the final match. Or I can say, what a pleasant news! We won the final match, right? Both the ways we can use to transform our sentence. So students, in my previous video also I told you when we did this topic that we can easily change affirmative sentence into exclamatory by simply either using interjections like wow, alas, oh no, or we can use what and how to change my sentence. Okay, so keep doing your grammar exercises so that content should be clear to you all. Now this was the last transformation. Now apart from this, we have something else in our this chapter, and that is the most important thing. So now we will try to understand those things. So number one, we have clause. Students, do you have any idea that what exactly a clause is? So we can say that it is a group of words in which you will find a subject and a verb. We can say that, a clause can be a part of sentence, okay, but it is not a complete sentence. We can say that a clause can be a part of sentence, but a sentence cannot be a part of clause, right? So we need to understand this content by taking some example. Let's see this one. She walks. Number one. She walks. Now can I say that this is my complete sentence? What do you think about this sentence? Do you think that this is complete or do you think that it's incomplete? So if you will ask me that is it complete? So I will say yes, of course it's complete. Students, it doesn't matter that for completing my sentence I need long sentences. What I need is I simply need a subject and I need a verb, so that it will fulfill my desire, right? My desire is that I want a meaningful sentence. So even if two words are fulfilling my sentence, so that can also be a sentence, right? So if we see here, she walks. So here it's a simple statement, okay, she walks. They're generally telling about the action, that what she's doing. She walks, right? So here I can say that a clause is a very small unit, right? So here I have subject she, and here walk is the verb. So I can say a clause can be a part of sentence and it's a group of word, right? Is it clear to you all? Now here we can see second example. In second example, I remember what you said yesterday. Now students, make sure that whenever you are doing this particular topic, you should note that whenever we talk about a clause should contain a subject and a verb. So here you need to pay attention on this example. I remember what you said yesterday. So here if you see, I is my subject, right? Remember is the verb. So here I am having this as one clause. Okay, this is my very simple statement. It's my very simple sentence. So I can say this is my clause 1. Then I have in this sentence, you said yesterday, right? So here you is the subject, said is the verb. So I can say that I have two clauses here, clause 1 plus clause 2. So together these two clauses are making my sentence. Can you see? With the help of these two clauses, I can complete a sentence. So different clauses together helps in forming a sentence. So I can say that I need small units, right? I need clauses to complete my sentence. Is it clear to you all? It's very easy. All you need to understand is this, that a clause is a group of words, right, which contains a subject and a verb. It is a very small unit. It only contains subject and verb. And two clauses can together combine to form a sentence. Clear? Now let's move further. So students, now when we have understood that what is a clause, I need to understand that how many types of clauses do we have. Okay, so let's see how many types do we have. Firstly, we have independent clause. So if I ask you, what do you understand the term independent? What is the meaning of independent? Independent is the one who doesn't require any other sentence, right? Who is complete in itself. So we can also say that my independent clause can also be called my main clause, right? So the one which isn't dependent on any other sentence to complete it, it is complete in itself, right? So whenever I talk about independent clause, that clause is complete in itself. It doesn't require any other sentence to complete it, okay? It is already complete in itself. So let's try to know this with certain examples. Number 1, my sister lives in Delhi, full stop. Now here this is my entire sentence is complete in itself, right? Though it's a clause, but to complete this clause, I don't need any other clause, right? It is already complete. It's a general statement. I was just telling about my sister, right? That my sister lives in Delhi. Do you think that it requires any other clause to complete, or still something is left which is untold? So everything is told in this statement, right? My sister lives in Delhi. So it is a complete sentence. So it means it is my independent clause. Now you must understand that even though if it is an independent clause, it is having a subject also and it is having a verb as well. So what is my subject here? You can see I have already underlined. My sister is the subject, and what is the verb? Lives. Lives is the verb, right? So I can say that this is my independent clause. Now let's see another example. Our planets revolve around the sun. Now here also my sentence doesn't require anything else, right? It doesn't require any other clause to complete it. It's already complete in itself. Our planets, now this planets is my subject, revolve is my verb, around the sun. So you can see I have placed a full stop and here my sentence is complete, right? It is not dependent on any other clause to complete it. So independent clauses are those clauses which are complete in itself and which do not require any other clause to complete it, right? Is it clear? Now let's move to another type of clause. I hope this is clear to you all. Students, now let's see the another one. The another clause which we have is dependent clause. Now you can see from the title itself, dependent. What is dependent? Dependent is when you are dependent on someone, right? When you can see that my clause is not complete in itself, it requires something, right? It needs another sentence, another clause to complete it. That means it is dependent, right? Even if I will use this sentence, it will not be complete. It needs the help of someone to complete it. So that means that this dependent clause needs another clause to complete it. So it is that clause which is not complete in itself. It needs other clauses to complete itself properly to function, right? To frame proper sentence. My sentence cannot be framed properly if it would be incomplete, right? So these are dependent. If I say, right now if you are not earning, so what are you? You are also dependent on your parents, right? Your parents are looking after you. So similarly, these sentences are also dependent. They need help, right? They also need a friend who can complete them. And who are their friends? Yes, the other sentences, the other clauses are their friends. So we can see through examples. Can you see the boy? Now if I will stop my sentence here, can you see the boy? So is my sentence complete? Can you see the boy? After this, what? What I want to say with this sentence, can you see the boy? Now which boy I am talking about? I need to answer that, right? If I will leave the sentence like this, it would be incomplete, right? It would be left totally incomplete. So to complete this, I have to add another clause, right? So right now this sentence is dependent. This is my dependent clause, that it will not be completed. So can you see the boy? Now rest of the sentence, who is playing football? So just by adding this another clause, I have completed my sentence. So that is why this is my dependent clause. Are you understanding this? Can you see the boy? Now which boy? That boy who is playing football. Is it clear? I am talking about that boy who is playing football. That can you see that boy? The one who is playing football. Okay. Let's see another example. And students, we do have different types. There are so many types, like 3-4 types also, but we're not going into detail because in your class we will not go into the deep, right? So now another one, the book that is on the table belongs to Raman. Now if I say the book, which book I'm talking about, I need to tell also that which book I'm referring to. That is on the table. I'm talking about which book? Like if there are so many books on the table, so which book belongs to Raman? I need to tell now. So for this, what shall I do? The book that is on the table belongs to Raman. So I'm particularly talking about that book. That is on the table belongs to whom? Belongs to Raman, right? Now let's see this one. Do you know what the weather will be? If I will say, do you know? And after this, if I'll stop, do you really think my sentence will be complete? Do you think that? No, it will not be completed. If I have to complete it, I need another clause, right? So do you know? Now what I want that other person should know. Do you know what the weather will be? So this is how I can complete my sentence. So students, most of the time when you will read such type of sentences, you will get to know that whether your sentence is independent clause, whether it is a dependent clause, or whether it's simply a clause. Okay, so you will understand all these things when you will keep on practicing and solving the exercise, because the more sentences you will solve, the more idea you will get to have that how we actually identify these type of sentences. So for this, I will suggest you keep on practicing your grammar exercises from your book, and if you have any doubt in those exercises, you can always ask me in the comment box, right? So students, I hope that all the transformation of sentences is clear to you all, right? And the content which we have covered in today's video lesson would also be clear if you will practice certain type of sentences. Okay, so you have to keep on completing your assignments and keep on doing your back exercises from your grammar book. So students, what you have to do now? I am regularly doing my work, and what is your work? Every time you visit my channel, you see all the video lessons, you take all the knowledge with you, right? But you don't like the video. That is so disheartening, right? So you have to like the video, you have to keep liking the video, you have to make sure that you are my subscriber, right? So you have to subscribe the channel so that you will not miss any new notification, and you have to share the videos with your friends and classmates. Okay, so now I'll meet you all in the next video lesson. Till then, keep on learning, keep on practicing. Goodbye, take care. So students, I hope that all the transformation of sentences is clear to you all, right? And the content which we have covered in today's video lesson would also be clear if you will practice certain type of sentences. Okay, so you have to keep on completing your assignments and keep on doing your back exercises from your grammar book. So students, what you have to do now? I am regularly doing my work, and what is your work? Every time you visit my channel, you see all the video lessons, you take all the knowledge with you, right? But you don't like the video. That is so disheartening, right? So you have to like the video, you have to keep liking the video, you have to make sure that you are my subscriber, right? So you have to subscribe the channel so that you will not miss any new notification, and you have to share the videos with your friends and classmates. Okay, so now I'll meet you all in the next video lesson. Till then, keep on learning, keep on practicing. Goodbye, take care.